All right, family. We live again with the general. You already know what time it is, man. We got that file over here. We still and gonna stay on top of this situation. Carmelo Anthony video has been released, has been released, and people's been weighing in all over the United States, probably all over the world now. All over the world, people's just weighing in and yeah, a lot of people. It's almost like a damn civil war out here right now. You know, my when I put it on damn YouTube, it's like damn near every damn every little let me put it on the right one. Okay, okay, yeah, I got it on the wrong background. Yeah, every little YouTuber, but they make sure the ones that's against Carmelo Anthony, man, they just lined up. Yeah, they just lined up, you know. I don't know what's going on out there, but where's the people that's speaking up for Carmelo? You got all these people, and I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I'm seeing shit. Maybe I'm just seeing some shit. Maybe but that's what I see. Uh, the video clearly and make sure y'all get over to Patreon, family, support the general. Click that link right over there in the chat and get over there and get that work. Got over 600 exclusive live stream. We even got the one exposing the Klan and Freemasons down there in Texas, because that's the good old boy club down there, and that's how they run. And you can't go down there unless you know how they operate. And that's one of the greatest organizations down there where them good old boys is affiliated with. That's the Freemasons, the Fraternal Order of Police, and all the rest of 'em. So you got to know that. But anyway, people, they don't want a nigga to win. That's just all it is to it. If white people was in the same predicament and people keep saying the same shit, they just can't see a black boy or a black man, unalive and a white boy down there in Klan country. That's really what it boiled down to. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You won't be doing it down here. That's what they saying. You won't be doing it down here, right or wrong. That Klan blood run deep down there in Texas. You know, that's what it is. We not making shit up. We know what it is, and we not gonna let y'all, lie to us like we stupid. You know what I'm saying? Our people done hung from a whole lot of trees down there. You see what I'm saying? So we know exactly what we dealing with. And I'm gonna keep reiterating on every fucking video so that our people know exactly what is going on. That's the Klan down there. That's exactly it. Don't let them, but they'll say, "Oh, that the Klan don't exist no more." No, because y'all motherfuckers and then transformed into the police. Which back then you was everything. You was the police, you was the Klan too. So when you took off your goddamn Klan uniform, your hood and shit, you went and put on the police uniform. Now you just wear the police uniform, but you're still the Klan. You're still the Klan. That's all you is. You no way. If you is you a fool? Do you think deep hate and sentiment like that could go away? You see what I'm saying? That's in a bone marrow. That's just like that goddamn caste system over there in India. You see, it's been over there for goddamn thousands of years. The caste system. You see, and there's a caste system right here in the United States. It's an apartheid right over here in the United States. And you're not gonna get no people that been hating and show that level of hate. You know what I'm saying? To where you can kill in any kind of fashion or form. You can dismember, you can chop up, you can feed them to animals, you can do all, set them on fire, lynch them, and and mutilate them and all of that, sick dogs on them and let the dogs eat them and shit. I say, oh my God, this is a demonic entity, diabolical. You see, diabolical, And so when we say this, that this is Klan country, they say, oh, the Klan is not down here anymore. We don't do that. We don't do that. Any nigga that go in the courtroom right now, they're gonna bring up your motherfucking criminal history. They're gonna go back to you understand, to 2 years old when you stole that piece of candy out the goddamn grocery store. They're gonna go all the way back to that period, and they're gonna bring up. They ain't gonna let shit slide. They won't let shit slide. Your daddy had a damn warrant, nigga, when you was in your mama's belly. Your daddy had a record, had a warrant on his ass. They're gonna even go back to your daddy and say both of them is just a hereditary. That's what they say, a hereditary crime and criminals and shit. You see? And so, but when you bring they shit up, and which ain't been that long, that they say, oh, that was so long ago. We don't do that. And then when a nigga and say, I'm reformed, sir. That was long. No, nigga. No, sir. We cannot believe that you change. That's what they say. Oh no, nigga, I don't believe you change. No, you look how many times you did it. We say the same thing. Look how many times you did it. If you locking motherfuckers up, and that's your assumption that because somebody has they've committed the same crime 2 or 3 times, you an habitual. What the fuck is you? What the fuck is the white race in America but an habitual murderer? You've been doing it for hundreds of years. You was doing it in Africa. You was doing it wherever the fuck you went. Okay? So goddamn. So you can call us on some past behaviors, but we can't call you on no motherfucking past behaviors. I don't, so I don't listen to this fucking nonsense that people's is talking. I know what it is. It ain't no goddamn way you gonna make me believe that the way they was mobbing. Matter of fact, let me get the video. We most definitely got to show the people over and over again when somebody is mobbing, and people, if you don't know what mobbing is, when you see 4-5, at least 4-5, I think four people can put, but I think a mob is more like 5. You know what I'm saying? At least 5, and they moving aggressively like, they on a mission. They on a mission to get somewhere, to do something. And more times than not, is violent. You see what I'm saying? More times than not, is violent. Matter of fact, let me get this in here. Now, if a police officer seen 4-5 motherfuckers mobbing up on him like that, you know what I'm saying, and they looking aggressive, he gonna pull that thing out. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? And if he say halt, which is very similar, don't put your hands on me. Halt is means stop. Stop where you at, motherfucker. Don't come no closer because you look menacing. Halt, halt, halt. Stay where you at. You look menacing. If you come any closer, I'ma shoot. Let me get this video in here. Okay. Let me go all the way out. Yeah. So when they came in, yeah, somebody done dropped a dime on Karmelo. Somebody done said he's up under the tent. You see, oh, he is? That's the narrative. That's the goddamn narrative. Look at him. They mobbing. Because y'all saying it wasn't really raining out there like that. That's what people were saying. Oh, it wasn't really raining. Well, okay then. Well, we know why they mobbing then. Look at them. One guy broke off. He like, fuck that. I don't know if he was with them or not, but it looked like he broke off. In the first, when the guy get up in there, he gonna look Karmelo dead in his damn face. Right there. He bent down and look. You can see he was looking him in his goddamn face right there, man. Get the fuck out of here. So they went right over there to him and got right in his damn face when they got up under the tent. They got right in his face soon as they got up under the tent. And so I'm gonna tell you like this: if it was a police officer and 5 motherfuckers, he gonna whip his gun out. He ain't gonna sit up. He gonna whip his motherfucking gun out. That's what he gonna do. Back up. And you might even stop him at the, if they coming towards him like that, you know what I'm saying? He most definitely gonna be on high alert and probably got his damn hand on his gun at the same time. You cannot mob up on people in a menacing way, and in that fashion, and then y'all step like that. People know who they are. People know that they bullies. People probably know they know jujitsu. Probably people know these things, and so y'all mob like that on one man, on one boy. Oh no! Oh no! And who's to say? Listen, when it's five, you got the right. Was this multiple assailants? What the fuck is that law? Multiple assailants in Texas? Let me get that law. Let me get that law up. What is the law in Texas about multiple assailants? You hear that? You hear that shit? Okay, let's listen to that now. Let me come in here so you understand multiple assailants. The multiple assailants doctrine in Texas dates back to at least 1884. Under this doctrine, if you're being attacked by multiple people at once, you're free to use self-defense against any of them, even if that person hasn't attacked you yet. You hear that, right? Wait a minute, dear. Wait a minute. See? Wait a minute. I want y'all to hear me out there. Did y'all hear me? We're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over that again. The multiple assailants doctrine in Texas dates back to at least 1884. Under this doctrine, if you're being attacked by multiple people at once, you're free to use self-defense against any of them, even if that person hasn't attacked you yet. Okay? So we need to know the law. We need to know the law. We need to know all, and I don't know why that wasn't brought up. Yeah. Shit. I know I got trauma. I don't know what I got. I don't know if you put a name on it, but I got trauma. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I see that many people coming towards me and they look menacing, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no goddamn way. And they got so many goddamn laws. That's why it's good to know the laws of but that multiple assailants doctrine is very important in this case. You know what I'm saying? Even if they haven't attacked you yet. So you're free to use self-defense against any of them, against any of them, even if that person. So when it says self-defense, you know what that means. Because if it's multiple assailants, you ain't Bruce Lee. You ain't motherfucking Bruce Leroy. You know what I'm saying? They not expecting you to start karate chopping everybody out there that you gonna be victorious that way. You gonna have to have an equalizer. You're gonna have to get something to get them motherfuckers off of you. And that's not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? You might hit one motherfucker and then the other ones rush you after while you hitting him and they still whoop your ass. So it ain't even guaranteed, even if you got a stick or something. You know what I'm saying? You go to swing and the other motherfuckers rush in on you while you swinging on him and still whoop your ass. So you're going to have something to neutralize a motherfucker. And you could see that he took off running. He took off running. Wait a minute. So which means they was on his ass. And so if they really want, they still could have fucked him up. They could have chased him until they caught him and still fucked him up. So that's just that's just the case. That's just the case that he did what the fuck he was supposed to do. And the laws speaking. So, but see, they keep trying to make it look like ain't no way if I see, and this is just street shit that we know. And when we come together, we roll together. You know what I'm saying? If you get in the car and we take off and go somewhere, if we get everybody in the fucking car fight, you know what I'm saying? If we get back to the car, motherfucker, you didn't fight, we whooping your ass. And you're walking home, nigga. Straight up. You walking home. I don't give a fuck how far we are. You better call somebody because you will never get back in this motherfucker. And so that's just a rule of code. So, you expecting that anybody that's with them, they all mobbing. They all mobbing. You see? So you expecting everybody to throw down. And so when it's 4 or 5 people, you got to have a weapon, man. And I ain't saying, and people is trying to say that he didn't have it, that it could have been just laying out there. People say that it could have been the tool that they used to put the damn tent up. That's what some people are saying, that it could have been the tool, but they got this weapon. They saying it's a knife and shit. And so, but that's just what I heard, but they presented in public a knife. Now, I don't know, to that, is that true? I don't know. It's a lot of lying. There's a lot of deception going on. A lot of blurring of the fucking videos so people can't see clearly as to what's going on. But one damn thing for sure, that Karmelo was by himself and he had been sitting under the tent for a minute. I seen one video when he came in and he sat up under there. So he was up under there by himself. Nobody else fucked with him. If he wasn't supposed to be under the tent, why nobody came over there? Who made Austin Metcalf, his brothers and shit, the sheriffs? You see what I'm saying? Who made them the sheriffs to go take, and make somebody get from up under there? Who did that? Who made him that? And then my understanding, he wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't supposed to be there. That's what I was, because he had been suspended or at least reprimanded over something he did with the cheerleaders a week before. You see, is that true? We need to verify that. We need to document that. You see, so I think that people just railroaded Carmelo Anthony. 35 years. What? Y'all is some wicked motherfuckers, man. Give him 35 years. And here it is, y'all killing black people, getting away for free. And they did less. I mean, this shit is crazy. He should have, and you got 5 people on you. I'd like to see any one of y'all. I tell y'all what, let's try it with you. Let's try it with you. Let me get 4 more motherfuckers. Where you gonna be at? Okay, you want to have a demonstration? Show us. I'm gonna get 4 more motherfuckers. I'm gonna get some big. I gotta have at least 2. You gotta let me get at least 2 big niggas about day side too, and I'm gonna get some menacing niggas too. And so it's gonna be 5. It's gonna be 5 of us, and we're gonna stand around you. And when he push, I'm gonna get somebody to push you And I want you to show us what you gonna do. I want to see, man, listen here. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Cause you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a sad, 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 sad situation. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a sad situation. So all this talking about this is multiple assailants that they mobbed, even if they don't attack. So if you stand behind him or on the side and y'all block him in, then goddamn it, right there. You understand? Y'all have taken a threatening position, and at that very point, he has the right by law to defend himself, even if you don't touch him. You understand? And when you got 4 and 5 motherfuckers, you gonna have to have a weapon. What else is you gonna how else is you think you gonna keep a motherfucker up off you? You gonna have to have a weapon if it's 4, 5 motherfuckers. There is no kung fu deity up in here that's gonna stop 5 people. It's no way. I don't even think police, he gonna pull his gun. He not about to try to fight no 5 months. He's gonna pull his gun. And we know this. We see this shit every day. We see this shit every day. Police not gonna fight no 5 motherfuckers. Soccer police and see what happened. He got the right. If you soccer goddamn police and he gonna say you trying to take his gun or anything, he gonna shoot you. He gonna shoot you. Didn't already proven that. So family, we still on the case. We gonna stay on the case. We're not coming about. We're not about to let no suckers try to interpret to us reality, real life. We've been seeing this shit since elementary school. No fuckers, we gonna let somebody mob up on us like that. Is y'all stupid? Y'all stupid. And no man, and it don't make you a man just to put and throw some blows with a motherfucker you know can kick your ass. The shit that people say. We're going out there, get your ass kicked then, nigga. It make you a man to get beat up. Oh, shit. You might as well just go home. If you can't win, go home, man. Don't make you less of a man. It don't make you less of a man to get beat up by a motherfucker bigger than you and shit and all that. If you know this motherfucker bigger than you and listen, and they say size don't matter, and they got videos all over the internet with these big motherfuckers snapping little motherfuckers in half. And I ain't saying a little motherfucker can't get it in. That ain't what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, that size matters most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Size matters most of the time. That's why in all sports, there's fucking weight classes. I'm not about to argue with this bullshit. It most definitely matter even more when the motherfucker got weight and skills. You see what I'm saying? When he got weight and skills. And in 2026, where MMA is so popular, you do not know who has got skills. You don't know who trained in some shit. So it's today, whether they short, big, you just don't know what a motherfucker know. So all that pump faking, like you can really, you're gonna fuck around and run into the wrong person, and they're gonna twist your ass up like a pretzel. So that's why I'm saying all this fighting and saying that Carmelo Anthony, he does not have to fight nobody he knows he can't beat. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You have to look with 5 people, you got to have some type of equalizer. You have to. You have to. There's guys on the internet right now, ain't nothing but videos. One hitter quitter. How you gonna go out there pretending like you hard and motherfuckers out here got one hit of quitters, knocking motherfuckers out cold. You can see them all these videos. You can go down TikTok. All these want to be hard motherfuckers want to fight somebody they can't beat and get knocked out with one blow. You can't do no shit like that. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know, that's a lie. And when they box you in, then you know what I'm saying. You know, then you at that point you can't even back out. And people say he could back out. You see what I'm saying? Well, what the fuck was he waiting on? I mean, he was just sitting there, and then what made him run out of there? You know, some have. So he just. So the man just stabbed him in the chest. He just up and stabbed him in the chest. Don't make no sense. Something happened that caused that boy to defend himself. And I believe in 100%. I believe in 100%. Free Karmelo. Click that link down in the chat. Patreon. Support the general, man. I'm doing hard work out here. Make sure y'all show love. And I'll see y'all black here in a minute. Black Power.